Saturday's Sun Belt football action begins with South Alabama at Texas State. The Jaguars and Bobcats are meeting for the 5th time, with the home team winning all 4 previous matchups in the series. A fun fact about South Alabama: there hasn't been too much laundry on the field for them as of late. The Jaguars have been flagged for 4 or fewer penalties in 5 of the last 6 contests. And a fact on the Bobcats: quarterback Tyler Vitt completed passes to 9 different receivers in their last time out against Louisiana. South Alabama at Texas State is set for 2 p.m. Central on ESPN3. A big Sun Belt East Division matchup is in Troy as the Trojans host Georgia Southern. Georgia Southern is coming off of a huge Halloween night win on the road over rival Appalachian State, while Troy looks to bounce back after losing on the road at Coastal Carolina. Looking at Georgia Southern, when you talk about the Eagles, you often talk about their offense, but it's the Eagle defense as of late that needs to be highlighted. Georgia Southern ranks first in the Sun Belt in rushing defense. The Eagles defense is led by Monquavian Brinson, who set a new Sun Belt career record for passes defended the last time out against App, now sitting with 37, moving past former Arkansas State Red Wolf Blaze Taylor. Combined with teammate Kendall Vildor, who just accepted an invitation to the Reese's Senior Bowl, the Georgia Southern backfield is a real threat, especially as of late. In 2019, Troy's receivers have combined to record 10 100-yard receiving games, which leads the FBS. Those receptions come from the arm of Caleb Barker, who leads the Sun Belt in passing average per game and pass efficiency. Barker has thrown multiple touchdown passes in 6 games this season, including the last 3 games in a row.
They're a little bit different than they were last year. They're throwing the ball more than they run the ball, but they're pretty efficient at it and are putting up big yards, putting up big numbers, doing it. The quarterback is very efficient. The quarterback is very accurate. Their offensive line does a good job of protecting him, and they got 3 really good receivers that can make plays after they catch the ball.
Georgia Southern at Troy airs on ESPN Plus with a 2:30 Central kick. A 4 p.m. Central contest pits Georgia State at ULM. Georgia State is riding a 4-game winning streak, tying the longest in school history. The Panthers have been consistently impressive in their run game, having rushed for more than 1,000 yards over the last 4 games, setting a school record 390 yards versus Troy. In ULM's last game versus Arkansas State, quarterback Caleb Evans became just the 3rd player in school history to amass 10,000 yards of total offense after passing for 215 yards and rushing for a career-high 148. Again, Georgia State at ULM kicks off at 4 Central on ESPN+. For the primetime crowd, Appalachian State will be at South Carolina Saturday night on ESPN2. The Mountaineers are currently 7-1 overall, with their lone loss coming on Halloween to rival Georgia Southern, while the Gamecocks are 4-5 on the year, most recently defeating Vanderbilt. App's 7-0 start was the best by a Sun Belt team since the formation of the league in 2001, and it was the first Sun Belt team to be ranked for more than 1 week, having reached number 20 status in both the AP and Amway Coaches' top 25 polls. Offensively, the Mountaineers are ranked 12th nationally at 38.5 points per game, 15th in rushing yards, and 18th in fewest sacks allowed. Defensively, the Mountaineers rank 3rd nationally in 3-and-out percentage, with the only teams with higher percentages being Wisconsin and Clemson. And on special teams, App ranks 5th nationally in yards per kickoff return, averaging 28.4 yards. South Carolina's offense is powered by receiver Brian Edwards, who ranks 1st on the team in receiving yards and also 1st in punt returns, while South Carolina's defense is led by Israel Mukwamu, who leads the Gamecocks in interceptions, while Aaron Sterling leads the way in sacks.
I know Coach Muschamp has challenged them to be more effective in the passing game the past 2 weeks, but they're still a team that's built on running the football. Specifically, they've got a really good offensive line that's big and physical. They like to what we call a G scheme, where they're pulling 2 offensive linemen, letting the tight end down block, and they do a nice job of creating an extra gap, so you've got to overflow there. And they've got RPOs off of it, and Ryan's got a really quick release. He sees the field. If you leave Brian Edwards one-on-one, just ask Vanderbilt, you're going to give up 140 yards and a touchdown, no problem. And that's what happened. So you got to kind of pick your poison. If you give corner or safety help to Brian, then you're you've given them a gap in the run game with their pull schemes. And so if you take away the extra gap with the pull schemes, then you're leaving him one-on-one. So they do a nice job of putting players in conflict, put your defensive scheme in conflict. We've got to destroy blocks, run to the football. We've got to be physical at the line of scrimmage, and we got to make tackles. We can't let a missed tackle turn into a 60-yard gain, which is what happened to us in the past, which has happened several times on our explosive runs. We've got guys that are there, designed to fit, and we've missed tackles. So the point of emphasis yesterday was to get back in and tackle, and if we don't tackle, then we're going to give up explosive runs against these guys.
Appalachian State at South Carolina kicks off at 6 Central on ESPN2.